Does anybody really have a plan? As Mike Tyson used to say, everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face.
That's right.
Well,
But
I
the
think
problem with is the way contracts are structured. They are all getting these big contracts, so it's not like you have a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year deal. You have 5+ years, and so now you're stuck with the guy you pick, and there's no easy out if things start to unravel, and that's what we're seeing in Florida. So the way the system is structured and these big contracts that these guys get, that's just it. How many buyouts can you afford? Hence the problem.
Doesn't that then come down to the fact that, I mean, if you hire a guy at a major college football program, if you're not content with riding out through the nonsense and the bad times and getting to the good times, if you're not willing to let a coach sit there for 5 years, is 5 years the magic number? Then you've got a real problem. You've basically screwed yourself from the very first moment. Is that fair?
You
Yeah.
wonder. You wonder what is going to happen because of the amount of money that Florida would still be on the hook for, because of the money that they give coaches up front. But what is going to? I think George mentioned earlier, what is going to be acceptable to the Florida fan base? The only team that consistently wins, the two teams that consistently win, are Alabama and Ohio State. And what do? I mean, they just have these massive recruiting programs. Saban has created the process, as they like to say, and now Kirby Smart has replicated that at Georgia, where it looks like he's going to kind of create a culture that they're going to get a certain kind of player. Until you get that coach, you're always going to be one half step behind them. I spoke to the Georgia club here in town last night for the 41st consecutive year, by the way. And I said, you could still lose to Alabama in the SEC championship game and be a part of the national championship picture. And they all waved their fingers at me and said, no, it's time for us to beat Alabama. So there's a level of expectation at all these schools. What is the level of expectation at Florida? It's to go back to the Spurrier years. I mean, Muschamp even said when he replaced Zook, I just didn't win enough games. McElwain was overmatched. Where does Mullen fit into the picture? It's hard to say, but if you're always going to compare what your school does to what at Florida State Bobby Bowden achieved in the first 25 years, what Spurrier achieved in the first decade,
what Jimmy
he was there,
Johnson got at the University of Miami.
Yeah, and you may never be happy.
Here's the thing, too, that in the new SEC in 3 years or whenever it's going to be, you're going to have Florida, Alabama, Auburn, LSU, Georgia, Tennessee, and I'm probably forgetting some in there, but these are all schools that if they win 8 or 9 games, that's a failure. So it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. If you don't go all the way and win the championship, it's just going to be – it's insane now. It's going to be even more insane in 3 years.